These are my Dawn Redwoods. As you can see, they're like seedlings. They just plant them. I just plant them in, let's say, beginning of January this year. And I had to transplant them to a bigger box so that they have more space to grow and more space for the roots to spread. You can see I just moved these trees a few days ago, and some of them are doing better than others, but overall I think we are going to have a really nice group of trees. We cannot expect that all the seeds are going to sprout, and or all the trees are going to be healthy, but I guess we have a nice batch here of healthy trees. That gives me some hope that we can have nice bonsai tree in the future. And the future is not going to be that long, because these Dawn Redwoods, they grow like really fast. I say like in a year or so, 2 years, they're going to be like way bigger and stronger than they are now. In a couple of months we might be surprised with the size they reached. That I'm saying that these ones were just planted from seed in January 2019, and in less than or in 5 months, less than 5 months, they already sprouted, and now it's a survival fight for these little trees. And let's see, which ones are going to make it, which ones are not going to make it. I'm pretty optimistic, because even the ones that are like they seem to be in worse shape, like this one here, they're still like green. There you can see some green on that tree over there, even though all the leaves are a little brownish. So we'll see how it goes. This, it's nice. It's like bonsai. Well, it's bonsai. It's beautiful, but for us to have that beautiful bonsai, we need to start somewhere. And I'm not really into buying bonsai. I don't like to be caretaker. I like to see my plants grow, and I'm not in a rush. I just hope that these plants grow in a way that faster than my MS, my multiple sclerosis, develops, so that I can take care of them, and I can enjoy the work on these trees for a long time. But as you can see, well, they look pretty cool. They look pretty nice, and and I think again that this is a good start, and we might get some nice trees in a couple of months, because as I said, they grow fast. Dawn Redwoods, they grow really fast, but you can always help them a little bit, and I'll do it with I will do it with a little super drive that is really good to for the plants to create roots, and that's what they need right now, because when they were in those seedling pots, I had to move them to soil, because the problem was they were going, the roots were going through the water, and they were like all the way in the water, and there was the roots were not that strong. There was like hair size roots, like no divisions, no nothing, just like looked like little tap roots. So I had to trim those tap roots a little bit, and and just stay with the roots that would go like, not all the way down, like more like sideways, and it seems to have worked. So let's get the super drive going, and I'm going to show you how to do the super drive, the mixture and everything, and then we'll wait and wait for these beauties to grow. And then I have a sad story that I have to tell you guys in the end of the video. It's not really sad. It's just like how trees are perceived sometimes. It doesn't matter the size, but these people sometimes like selling the trees. First, they don't have any idea what they're selling, and second, they they kind of disrespect not only the tree but the buyer itself. And I'm talking about, let me tell you right now what the issue was. So today I went to check out some trees, some possible stuff that I could turn into a bonsai in the future. And there was like those bonsai trees. This was like in a Boxstore. I'm not even going to tell you which Boxstore it was, because in the end I guess they are all the same. Like bonsai, first you have to have a little knowledge of what you are buying, because most of these trees they just label them as bonsai. They don't have any idea what the trees are. But sometimes sometimes there's a little some things that kind of hit you a little bit, and this thing like just went bad. Like the trees were in bad shape, right? Because they were supposed to be in in an area where they could just grow and develop, but no, they're like in the middle of like a big mess with other trees. And some were like Fukian trees. We had like some ficus trees, and and some other trees all mixed up. Like it was a mess. And I have a problem. Like I don't know. I'm gonna blame it on my MS. You know that my multiple sclerosis sometimes works as an excuse too. But sometimes I don't realize, and I kind of voice what I'm thinking. So I kind of was thinking out loud, and I said, okay, these trees are gonna die, right? So the lady that was taking care of the trees, she goes, oh, they're not gonna die. They're just look at those leaves. Look at how good the trees are. Well, first you know that these trees in these box stores, these bonsai trees, they come in pots that are not really appropriate, and they glue the stone on top of the dirt, because there's like dirt. There's not even like decent soil, and then because I kept looking at the trees, and I told them these trees are gonna die, because then I was not just thinking, I was like, just saying it, because I'm like that. Sometimes I can keep my mouth shut. You can ask my wife; she's gonna have several examples of me not being able to just keep my mouth shut. And the lady goes like, "Oh, it's like they're trees. They're not like babies," and I'm like, yeah, but just because they're not babies, it doesn't mean that we're gonna kill them, like, or let them die, or try to sell something that shouldn't be for sale, because whoever's gonna buy this, it's gonna kill them, because these trees are set to die. And and that was my story. Oh, look at they're not babies. Yeah. Thank God they're not babies, because sometimes I think that people don't take care of babies well enough as it is. So that was my little story today, and yeah, that's how I started my day. So let's do the super drive thing, and I'll show you how I do it, and then let's give these Dawn Redwoods a nice watering, because Dawn Redwoods, they like to be on the wet side, on the moist side. So I had to wait a little bit for the soil to get a little drier, and now we can water them. So there we go with it. This is like one of those things that we use for babies. which makes me think that yes, bonsais can be like babies. So and trees can be like babies. So this is like to count the drops. We don't need a lot of drops on Super Thrive. Super Thrive is very strong, and we need to be very careful with the way we use it. So I say like for every liter, you should just use like 1 drop. This is a liter and a half, so probably I'm just gonna use a drop something. I'm just gonna 1, 2 drops. That's all you need. Got 2 drops of Super Thrive, so we're fine. We're good to go. You should get one of these things to have like these little measures, because for this sort of stuff, this is extremely strong. So you don't want to overuse it, or you run the risk of basically killing your trees. Just to close this thing, and now we'll give it a nice strong shake. We want everything to be like well mixed. And I'm gonna warn you, this Super Thrive kind of smells a little bit. I should be doing this outside, but outside it's too hot right now. It's like that mid-afternoon sun. I cannot take it. It's gonna get me completely out of sync. So yeah, I'm doing this inside the house. Good thing that nobody's here, so the smell has time to dissipate, and I open all the windows and we'll be fine. So now what I'm going to do, just basically I'm just going to transfer this to another thing that I use to water the plants. So we have our mixture all set, the Super Thrive and the water. This is not a little water, but it doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna use it all anyway, but we're ready to spray the trees, and this is gonna give these trees a boost in building like the roots that they need, you know, to develop and to start growing in a better way and grow stronger. I will tell you though, before we move to the spraying part, I really didn't got anything for like promoting Super Thrive or the milk jug company. You know, it's just what I have, and that's what I use. And if I'm trying to explain you what I use and what I do with, well, fortunately or unfortunately, that's what I have stuff around. So to make my mixes and the products to use to help the plants develop, my babies kind of develop a little bit better. So let's do it. And I just want to explain you something. Like sometimes the way my speech comes out, it seems like I can, you know, like talk like straight. I take some breaks between words. Well, that's something that unfortunately there's nothing I can do about it. That has to do with my multiple sclerosis. Sometimes we have some trouble getting some air intake, and when you are talking, when you're speaking, well, you need to breathe and to get the air coming in and out, so that you can, you know, have like a steady conversation. And well, to be honest with you, I don't remember when was the last time I was able to do that. That's one of the troubles with the multiple sclerosis, and it kind of goes like that. Now these trees are or these seedlings are not planted like really deep on the soil, so you know I don't need to get like a lot of water to keep the soil moist, but just enough for today. And maybe like I'm going to then like put them outside, because outside it's nice for them, and it's going to be better because we're going to be out of this midday sun, so it's going to be milder, and it's going to be better. We're not going to have like anything burning. So basically this is what I got. We're gonna get these trees growing strong, and I will keep you posted on the way they develop. So as you can see, we kind of spend it, like just use half of this sprayer on the soil. It should, well, see 30 seedlings that sprouted. I'm not sure that we're gonna have 30 trees, but that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of this tree business. Is that like we see them grow, and we see them develop, and you know, I like it. I like to see my work from zero to not, from nothing to something. I like to see how they develop, how they grow, and it makes me proud, because I was able to grow some other stuff, not only my 3 kids, but some trees to add to the family. And I cannot take that baby thing on the plant from plant store from my head. But it's just because they're not babies, okay, so we can just let them die and really not care about trees, because they're just trees. But and that's sad, because they're not just trees, because without trees we're not gonna have nobody to care for anything, and we're not gonna have babies, right? So it's all in a sequence. It's the circle of life, and we have to respect everything, and try to you know, do something good and something nice, and respect every form of life, no matter what it is, or no matter if we like it or not, if it's our favorite or not. Life is life, either a tree, either an animal, either you, me, babies, and everything it's important. Everything should be respected the same way. Okay, I hope you like this video, and we'll talk again soon. All right, you guys have a good day. Enjoy, stay sharp, and you know, have fun.